Hello, this is TT,
And this is Qwim.
and we are back with some more Scarlet Hollow. So we were just getting to know us. We met an old crazy guy. There's a mountain lion out here, but she thinks it's a cypress or whatever. Corvid. What is it? Cryptid.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're dealing with that. But yeah, we're getting to know us a little bit more as we're having this heart-to-heart girls' time.
Goyle.
Mm-hmm. So, and we did see something. So now we're gonna find out what it is. It's a mountain lion. But we saw something. It's a mountain lion.
I'll be sure to keep that in mind in the future. Sorry.
I think I saw.
Please do the keen eye. I think I saw something out there. It might be skunky. Do your best to pretend it isn't watching us. We don't want to scare it off.
We're gonna get eaten.
Well, that's scary as fetch.
Let's
What
find
about
out
you?
more.
Let's talk so we get to know you a little bit more before we die.
Yeah.
What about you? What's your living situation? Gretchen and I live in a little house just outside town. It's actually the house I grew up in, so it has a lot of pleasant memories attached to it, and I'm glad I could keep it in the family. My great-great-grandfather built that house, and he must have done a great job because it's still as sturdy as it's ever been. First one.
Yeah, keen eye in this thing.
Keeping the house in the family? Is it just you there? Yeah, it's just me and Gretchen. My parents died a few years back. Well, that's sad.
Yeah.
But it's okay. I've done my mourning. Life goes on, and we still get to live in our beautiful family home. Just me and Gretchen. Could be a lot worse.
Probably explore.
Yeah, let's do that. What were they like? Did you get along? They're amazing. Two of the nicest people you'd ever meet, and interesting too. My dad was a bit of a regional legend among the hunters and trappers. He was always out in the woods on the trail of something, and we certainly had some interesting dinners because of him. He had to learn how to fend for himself. You see, since his family didn't have much growing up, so he learned how to hunt and trap and got dang good at it. He always made sure I had food and that I knew how to get it if I ever found myself too far from a grocery store. That's nice. I can make a pretty good salad with just what's in this clearing if I had to, though it wouldn't exactly taste great. As for my mom, she was a saint. She was the local vet, the lady all the farms and the county knew to call if their animals were in need of something. She was smart as a whip and strong to boot. Turns out pulling calves out of 1,600-pound cows all day is a great way to build muscle.
I believe it.
Yeah. But she was gentle too. Even the smallest mouse would get the proper care in her hands. I'm sure she's most of the reason Gretchen here is one of the oldest dogs I've ever met. So yeah, those were my parents.
I sound nice.
Yeah, let's do the second one.
I can relate.
My mom died pretty recently, so I get it. It's alright if you ever need to talk about things. Ah, thanks, Kitty. That's really sweet of you. How you holding up? First one. I'm okay, hanging in there. It was a long time coming, so it wasn't a surprise. I'd kind of come to terms with it by the time it actually happened. And it's not all bad. She doesn't have to be in pain anymore. That's a relief. The hospital bills are another story, though. Yeesh. I can't even imagine how bad that must be. It's just salt in the wound at that point. Whoa. My stars, what was that?
Stella immediately packs her bag and slings it over her shoulder.
The first one?
Yeah, keen eye.
I could hear all sorts of wildlife just a second ago. Now it's all quiet. You're right. And whatever made that sound is close. Here, hold Gretchen's leash for me, and let's check this out.
We're gonna get eaten. You and Stella inch towards the tree line as she shines her flashlight into the woods.
Do stay close, Kitty. I wouldn't want any harm to befall you.
As you approach, a series of weak clucks call out from a nearby bush. Pain! It's all pain!
Maybe Duke's
I didn't click.
birds?
I'm not clicking. I'm not clicking.
What the heck was that? Hold on. I gotta play that back. Holy crap. I'm guessing it must have been maybe 2-3 feet tall. Doesn't look hairy either, so I think we can rule out skunk ape. But whatever it is, has one of Duke's chickens. It looks like it's headed north. Let's go after it. Let's just follow her, I guess.
You follow Stella as she sprints into the unknown, Gretchen excitedly pulling you along by her leash. She fell! There's the chicken.
Stella, my darling companion, are you alright? Ugh. You say, are you okay, please? Are you okay? Yeah, I'm alright. I just tripped on something weird. Oh no, that poor thing must have been one of Duke's. Oh crap, it's still alive.
Investigate the chicken.
Yeah.
You move towards Stella to get a closer look at the chicken. Ooh, it does not look healthy.
Don't let Gretchen too close. She'll try to take a bite if you don't stop her. I would know something about this bird doesn't smell right.
You hold Gretchen's leash close to your chest. She squirms against her harness. I don't think I want to examine the grove. Let's check out the head.
Sure.
Why am I alive? Its poor little chicken eyes look up at you, glazed over but still rolling around in their sockets with unfortunate life. Wing?
Yeah.
Looks like this is what Stella slipped on. The wing is barely still attached, but that seems to be the least of this chicken's concern. Girl,
Nope.
turn away.
Yep.
You turn away from the chicken, unable or unwilling to continue inspecting it.
It seems we found one of Duke's chickens, folks. She's not looking good. I'm hesitant to speculate, but she's definitely seemed to have some sort of growth under her skin. Could be a tumor, could be something else. Either way, I don't think there's much that can be done for her at this point. Geez, I'm gonna have to put up some massive content warnings for this video. Hey, do you hear that?
I do.
There's something out there. All around us, I can smell it. There's so many of them.
Yeah, it's Duke. What in Sam Hill are you two doing out here? Didn't I tell you to... Birdie? Oh, Birdie. What's wrong, darling? Good God. Did y'all see what did this to her?
Hear 'em. We didn't see whatever did this to your bird, but I think we can hear them right now.
Ah, don't tell me you're all caught up in Stella's nonsense.
Duke, I'm so sorry. We're here on the trail when we found her, like this.
Put that camera away, for goodness sakes, girl. I don't want to be in another one of your videos. No one needs to see me like this. No one needs to see Birdie like this. You wouldn't put her online, would ya? Not when she's like this, all swollen and hurt.
Duke, did you hear what Kitty said? I think they're coming closer. You stay away from Stella, you mongrels.
Come out, you sons of bees!
Dude, don't shoot him. We have no idea what'll happen.
You hear that, Stella? That ain't the sound of something peace-like. Whatever these things are, they'll pay for what they done to my girls. Come on, you, whatever your name is. Grab that flashlight and help me line up a good shot.
I can feel that white hot rage from earlier starting to wash back over me. I'm going after them.
As the creatures in the tree line grow louder and more numerous, Gretchen violently strains against her harness. Quick, they're closing in on us! We gotta save Gretchen.
Yeah, get Gretchen.
You dive forward and scoop Gretchen into your arms just before she manages to wriggle out of her harness, your eyes fixate on the dark tree line over Duke's shoulder. Ooh! You hear a body hit the ground and then quiet as the chaos fades and the sound of nature creep back in.
Gretchen? Kitty? Duke? Are you alright? It's shaken up, I think. Just a little shaken up. Same. What happened? Did I lose myself again? I apologize for being so easily shaken up. I'll do better. Gretchen, here, I'll take her. My poor little pup. Thanks for watching out for her. Duke, you okay? Oh, gross. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, Duke, holy crap. What did we do now? What the heck are we supposed to do?
We gotta get the police.
Police, yeah. What do you mean? What do we do? We've got to take this to the police. A man's dead. What happened to Duke? Is something wrong with him? Why won't he get up? You're right. And we have footage of what happened here. But it's so dark and shaky. It all just seems so unbelievable. We need more footage. Come on, let's go after them before we lose our chance. Are you sure that's a good idea? They did just kill him. Easily. Are you sure that's a good idea, Stella? No, but we're already in this deep. What's the harm in digging in a little deeper? Not dying.
Yeah, I'd like to be on the not dead list.
Good to know. Lead the way.
As Stella looks for a lead, you notice a faint trail of blood leading into the woods. Duke's shotgun blast must have tagged the creature in their scuffle.
Stella, look at those bloodstains. I think we have a trail to follow. You're right. Duke must have tagged one of them before he... Let's go before the trail is cold.
Oh my word. As you and Stella push through the woods, the unearthly sounds once again surround you. Probably Stella.
Yeah, Stella. Stella? I smell something terribly foul in the air. There's a clearing up ahead.
Stella stops in her tracks a few feet ahead of you.
Holy crap, I think I'm gonna be sick.
Ooh. The shrieks pull back into steady whispers as you and Stella stumble upon the putrid bodies of dozens of dead and dying animals.
They're all lined up all weird.
A sinking realization pulls at your gut. This is their nest, and you are surrounded.
What is this horrible place? We need to get out of here. More of the swellings, all the animals here have them. Or had them. Why aren't they attacking us, though?
You want to do that one?
Yeah. Why aren't they attacking us? I have no idea, but I think we have enough footage. Let's get the heck away from this nest before they change their tune.
Just as you follow Stella in a mad dash to the woods, so too do the unearthly hollers and whispers of the nest. From the highest branches of trees and down on the forest floor, they're all around you, casually keeping pace with your all-out sprint.
Wow. We're almost there.
As you and Stella reach the main road, the cries of the creatures fade back into the sounds of nature.
Sounds like they've stopped following us.
Thank goodness.
I certainly can't smell the stench anymore. I should get reception now that we're back on the main road. Let me find my phone so I can call the sheriff.
You feel a buzz in your pocket.
Oh.
6 missed calls from Tabitha. And 13 text messages.
Holy cow. Yeah, let's do the blowing up my phone. Yikes, Tabitha's been blowing up my phone. I guess she must be worried about you. But first things first, let's call the police.
Stella pulls out her phone and dials.
Hello, Earl. It's Stella Richmond. I'm up on the Asgina Trail. Duke is dead, Earl. Shotgun happened right in front of us. There's something in the woods. You gotta hurry. Okay, yeah. Are they really gone? Yeah, I think we're okay, but hurry. Crap, Earl, who's gonna tell Bo? I guess now we wait.
We should call Tabitha then. It takes a little while, but eventually a patrol car arrives at the scene. Out of it walk 2 officers, Sheriff Hugby, a friendly older man, and Deputy Franklin, a serious man wearing sunglasses despite it being the middle of the night.
See, right there, a thing jumps out of the woods, then the shotgun goes off.
What in Sam Hill? What is that? Some kind of Pillsbury doughboy? Could have been a naked maniac. As the video reveals the creature's nest, Franklin ever so slightly lowers his sunglasses. Or a whole bunch of naked maniacs. What the heck is that? Some sort of crop circle?
They killed Duke.
Uh-huh. Now we're gonna have to confiscate this camera, Richmond, if you don't mind. This is evidence.
But okay. Let me just turn it off and save the battery.
You notice Stella popped something out of the camera and slide it up her sleeve. She took the SD card.
Oh my gosh. Here you go, Deputy Franklin.
We appreciate your compliance with the law. We'll get a team out in the morning to retrieve the body. But for now, Sheriff Hugby and I... Please, call me Earl. Earl and I will escort you, and who are you exactly?
That's Kitty. She came into town today for the funeral.
Kitty? As in...
Tabitha's cousin. Tabitha's cousin, yeah.
Dang. Didn't think you'd actually show. We'll escort you both back to town. If there's a naked maniac on the loose, it's best you don't walk back on your own.
It wasn't a... Never mind. Why aren't you going out there tonight? There's a dead body in the woods. Those things out there could attack someone else.
Well, it ain't exactly like old Duke is going anywhere at this point. He'll still be out there in the morning. We only have a skeleton crew at the moment. Monday nights are Deputy Derrickson's bowling nights. We'll be on the alert for any more reports of naked maniacs, but retrieving Duke will just have to wait. Now, if you'll kindly step into your vehicle, we can return you safely to your home.
Do we have to ride back with you? We could just walk. Those creatures have left. We'll be fine.
I'm afraid I'm going to have to insist, for your own safety.
Okay, thank you.
You can ride up front with me, little lady. That is, if your mama permits.
I certainly can turn down some extra pets and affection, especially after the ordeal we've all been through tonight. Sure, Earl. You can hold Gretchen on the way back to town.
We need to let Tabitha know. You two stay out of trouble. We'll have all this sorted out in the morning. Just get a good night's sleep. And you, whatever your name was.
Kitty.
Sure. You're in town for the funeral? Good. Don't you go leaving before then, or I imagine we'll need to ask you a few questions about everything you've seen tonight. Stella, keep an eye on her for us. Make sure she doesn't get into any more trouble. Y'all have a good night now. Bye-bye, Gretchen, and y'all have a lovely evening. If any bugaboos give you trouble, you know how to get in touch. And here you are, back in town, away from the woods, with no one but Stella in sight.
Holy crap. Let's do, how are you holding up? Down. How are you holding up? How am I holding up? I mean, not great, but I'm more worried about you. I can't believe they just implied that you're a suspect even after I showed them all of that footage. Even after we found that nest. But it's okay, I'm not going to let anything bad happen to you. Nor will I, though I have little understanding of police work. I was there, I filmed the whole thing. At the very least, it'll never hold up in court. And it won't get to that point either, because we're going to do a little investigating of our own. We've got to find out more about those things. If we can get clear footage, or better yet, trap one of them, there's no way they can blame you for what happened. The library doesn't open for a while, but I've read every book on cryptids they have and never came across anything like this. There's someone in town who might have some useful information. My friend's mom. Her place isn't far. We should head over now before it gets any later.
We should check on Tabitha.
Yeah, please. I should probably check on Tabitha. My friend's place is on the way back. Stopping by shouldn't take long. You sure you don't want to stop in first? I know I wouldn't want to head up that mountain road by myself after everything that's happened tonight.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Man, it can't get worse, and all we have to sleep in is a moldy bed.
Yeah.
Maybe she'll let us sleep with her.
Oh, jeez. When you put it like that, sure, let's do it. Awesome, let's go. I'm glad you're sticking it out with us. It's always so nice to have an extra companion.
I don't think it's going to give us a chance.
To tell her?
Mm-hmm.
So.
This seems like a really good place to stop. We've had quite the adventure with chickens and naked maniacs and Duke getting his head blown off. Yeah. So, yeah, this got really, really crazy. So, join us next time. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and we will catch you then. This here is TT.
And this is Qwim.
Goodbye.